just try and loosen it up, and just try and do that acting thing, which is think of it on. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Goodness.
I knew that's why you pressed me.
Ryan,
I knew there was a reason. Everybody okay?
is this a part of the show?
Since the third movie has begun.
What an absolutely random thing to happen at the BFI London Film Festival press conference for Rian Johnson's new whodunit, Glass Onion. Everybody is fine. I'm Max, this is Whip Your Wig. Welcome along to all the new subscribers. It's so nice to have you a part of the community. We're about to hear from all this amazing, beautiful gang of people that are starring in the brand new Glass Onion. The murdery mystery is back. It's bigger, it's funnier, with a whole bunch of new suspects. And Detective Blanc, Mr. Daniel Craig, is also back, which is great news. In the follow-up to Ryan's Knives Out, Detective Benoit Blanc travels to Greece to peel back the layers of a mystery involving a new cast of colourful suspects. Guys, the lineup in this film is insane. Edward Norton, Janelle Monáe, who's brilliant in this, by the way, Kathryn Hahn, I adore her, Leslie Odom Jr, Jessica Henwick, Madelyn Cline, also Kate Hudson, and the man himself, Bautista. Take a look at the movie, and when we come back, we're going to hear from the cast and the man behind it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this invitation is not to be trifled with.
And what's not to love? You get a great mystery, you get an ensemble cast with like really interesting characters all trying to kill each other. I mean, that's the heart of drama.
Just do that, try and do that acting thing where you think you're being in the moment, and you think it is. I mean, the great thing is I have Ryan's amazing words, so that's really a good basis for anything.
I just thought it was just so much fun and so relatable. And I love my character because I love playing characters who are unlike myself. I mean, that's why I love acting.
Yeah.
And Duke was just such a douchebag. I loved him immediately.
I feel like the murder mystery's always been something that people love. And Ryan just brought new life to it. And the ability to cast such incredible actors in one film, and to have us all actually acting together. It's not like we don't see each other, or we see each other at the premiere card, but going, oh my God, we're in a movie together. We actually got to experience such, great writing, great actors, and then at the helm of it, a new voice to the murder mystery.
Angela Lansbury has been in my life all my life. I mean, my favorite film is Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. So I mean, so I kind of like, but how much did she inspire this? That I don't know. But what I'll say is, I just sort of, the fact that she's in our movie is we're so blessed, and also what an incredible life she had, and just what she did.
Thank you so much.
Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it.
It was Stephen Sondheim and Angela Lansbury were kind and generous enough. They were so kind and so generous and because when we thought, my God, do you think either of them would ever do it? We didn't think they would, and both of them were so cool. And Angela was so fun. I went to her house with my laptop to film film her doing her little bit, and she's like, I don't know what any of this means, so just tell me if I'm saying it right. And I'm like, you're dizzy. And for both of them, besides just the honor of having them in the movie, for me personally, just being able to have 10 minutes with each of them to tell them what their work has meant to me was really, really special.
Hello, I'm so happy to just be here. I mean, look at this cast.
Janelle Monáe!
Rian Johnson, an iconic director and even better human. And I think it was just working with Ryan, getting into the nuances of ooh, what if we leave some Easter eggs behind? We hope that people will watch this film twice, so when they see it a second time, they can look back and be like, it was already there. We left clues here, left clues there. And that was the exciting part, collaborating with him, being able to, and he's a true collaborator, and that's what you want. You want to go in and obviously I love the script. I was blown away by the twist. But when it came to character development, I had so much fun. Just working with Rian on just those little details that hopefully you guys will find when you watch it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times.
So tough. No, first I also just have to say I'm really having a Notting Hill dream right now. I feel like I'm at a junket in London for the first time and I can't believe it. So just thank you. This is a real dream come true. Not that I'm Julia Roberts, I'm just saying. I'm going to pretend to be. Oh, where's my Hugh Grant? But thank you. Oh. But I just going to
Horse and hound in the front. Yeah.
I'll tell my husband after. But yeah, no, going to Greece in the middle of a pandemic, I got to bring my family, which was amazing. Because of the COVID, and as Ram was talking before, he ran a very tight ship, which was great. So we really had to become the bubble of this cast and this crew became, because of the circumstances, we really were able to create in this beautiful environment. The rules of the game, of the movie outside the movie, became such that we really did create such a circus. Like, it did feel like we were this traveling circus together, which added, I think, to the texture of the movie. Like, you can feel it kind of like the fizzle and the fizz. That kind of closeness that we were able to create under those circumstances really added, I think, to the feeling that we all were able to have, that closeness. So it was that place is a dream. I'd never been before. Still dreaming about those Greek salads. And yeah, so it was heaven, no complaints. It was the most beautiful place ever.
Oh, get your hand off of that. Oh.
47 for sure.
That's the atomic number for silver. Are you sure that's silver?
That's silver.
Yeah, look, I think that it's not that revisiting the classic murder mystery form isn't fun also, but I do think that what's delicious about what Ryan's done with this is that when you can see the times you're living in and you can see the foibles, not just of the puffed up characters that we see in the world around us, but even ourselves, you know, that's it doubles the laugh. It doubles the pleasure, I think, and I think that's why it was so wonderful that Ryan found some new targets, you know, and it just people have. It's also fun. Ryan and I had a lot of fun because there's such abundant feedstock for this character. Men, women. There's about 7 documentaries out right now that just everything Ryan had put in and more was available to put into the blender that produced the smoothie of Miles. And I think there you know it was when it's almost like you're almost curating from you can cherry pick one quality from this person that we've all seen, and what, you know, it's fun to figure out how to send them all up, not even just one of them.
A whole new tune.
I started by searching for a real world touchstone that I might base Lionel off of. I was obviously looking specifically for who are the black rock star scientists, and I found one in the States. He was a scientist for NASA, and he accidentally invented the super soaker. He was in a test for NASA. He invented this thing where, you know, it was pressurized water, and he was like, "Oh, this would make a really cool water gun for kids." And I had no idea a black man invented the super soaker. So I envisioned him actually as like Lionel's grandfather. So that's what is sort of the tension at the top of this movie for Lionel. You know, why do you know, we all have connections to this billionaire who pulls our strings, and we're all there for different reasons, you know, and what, you know, we allow this guy to get us out of line with our integrity. And for Lionel, anyway, I just imagine that he comes from this lineage of rock star scientists, and he hasn't invented his super soaker yet. And so, you know, he's sticking around.
Ryan and I talked about this in our first meeting, and it was obviously Whiskey and Duke, she's Duke's +1. And I think she's aware of the fact that the rest of the group is quite annoyed and perturbed by her presence. Or just see her as, you know, Gen Z millennial TikToker. Oh God, she's posting on Instagram again. And so I think we just decided it would be really fun to just play around. Like, Whiskey likes to push buttons. So how can we just like play with that? And I think really leaned into that kind of like playfulness. And I don't know, just like cheeky. Yeah.
Is Benoit, in fact, queer? Or are y'all just playing?
Yep.
Oh!
Yes, he obviously is. Yeah, of course. And there's nobody in the world I can imagine it bringing me more joy for Benoit Blanc to be with.
And no spoilers, who wouldn't want to live with that person?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's challenging because Birdie's so tone deaf, you know. So when you're saying some of the things she says are, you know, if I thought too hard about them, are quite scary. But Ryan wrote such a great character in Birdie. She's so deeply funny and oblivious to herself, and layered and kind of sad and codependent. And you know, there was so much fun to be had with her. So it was just a dream. And he's, as everyone's saying, is just an absolute joy. So you feel really safe saying types of things Birdie says. And as for the TIFF, I've never seen a film at a premiere first, you know, and of course I'll leave it to Ryan to be like, nope, you're gonna see it with 1,500 people, sweating and with a headache before. But honestly, it was such I mean, it was an explosion of laughter and, you know, fun, noise. The collective experience for this movie was just dreamy. And I've never had that before. You know, so to feel that in a room gave me a couple things. One, how great this movie experience is, Glass Onion, but also how necessary it is to have that collective experience, that we need it, that you could feel the energy of people wanting to laugh together and go on that ride together, which is why it's so great it's going to be in theaters for that week. Yeah, and that's how I felt about that.
I mean, we thought it was funny, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else thinks it's funny. So to have that experience and realize that they did.
I mean, I think Peg is largely ignored by the rest of the group. But for me, the key was really figuring out the relationship with Birdie. There is obviously the superficial relationship of she is her assistant, but I think that Kate and I really wanted to make it feel like it was this almost toxic love affair that's been going on for 10 years, in that, you know, Peg has probably turned up to work several times and said, I quit, I'm done. And then she probably comes back to work the next day and they don't mention it at all. And that's just a vicious cycle that keeps happening. But I think that was really my touchstone for creating the character, was that relationship.
My favorite costume might have been Duke's bikini. With the whole... Just once you see it, you can't unsee it.
The best.
I'm never, ever going to live that down.
Nor should you.
So I was in trouble.
That's true.
I think, well, it's an opportunity to say what we all feel, which is that Jenny Egan, our costume designer, might have been the MVP. I don't think anybody got more laughs in the film than Jenny, actually.
No, you're right.
But you know, I think we worked from the presumption that Miles has never had an original idea in his life, so everything had to be a reference to something.
My dear friends, my beautiful disruptors, my closest inner circle.
We could all use a moment of normalcy, and so you are cordially invited
For a long weekend on my private island.
Where we will celebrate the bonds that connect us, and I hope your puzzle-solving skills are whetted.
because you will also be competing to solve the mystery
of my murder.
I mean, it's interesting because this genre had always been, when I was growing up, like I would always feel like kind of tired in the middle of watching a murder mystery. Like there was this feeling of like, but so when I saw the original Knives Out, I remember being like, oh, there was something so. Try to write that down. But there was something so refreshing about it, and invigorating, and thrilling and fresh, and so specific with the characters. And again, we talked about Jenny and just the editing and the music by Nathan, who's incredible, who did the score for this as well. Start that. So I was thrilled by Rian screenwriting. And even in reading this, you just cannot believe that it's going to be pulled off. Yeah. That thrill is it's like that wonder that you have as a kid going to the theater, of like, how is he going to pull it off? How is he going to pull it off? It's so exciting when things resolve that you've forgotten that that's even something to be resolved. That's like so exciting, that kind of feeling. So that's something about a murder mystery that feeling, and it's also fun. It's not heavy. That's a real thrill.
I think the other trick to these movies is to approach them to make sure that there's a narrative engine that is not a puzzle but is a ride. They're roller coaster rides, not crossword puzzles. And hopefully our aim is to give the audience such a good time, and actually, like any movie does, bring them along on a journey that's satisfying at the end in ways beyond just, oh, aha, that person did it. And if we can do that and then also layer in the pleasures of a murder mystery and those traditional things that I love too, that's kind of the secret sauce we aim for with these.
It's Flip Your Wig. I'm Max. Are you as excited as everybody else for this film? I've been lucky enough to see it already. It's called Glass Onion. It is a continuation of the story of Detective Blanc, basically trying to solve murders. So he's trying to become his very own classic detective. Look out for Angela Lansbury as well, the late great Angela Lansbury. She is in this film as well, and she's absolutely brilliant, and I adore her. Let me know if you will be seeing this in the cinema. I think it's better in the cinema because it's a shared experience and you can all laugh together. Or will you wait to stream it on Netflix? Leave a comment. I'll be back soon with more videos. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.